Welcome back to Blizzard Abroad. So I wanted to address the latest controversy that's going on in the community of YouTube that I'm involved in, and that's the controversy with Big Man in the Philippines. Um, so if you don't know everything that happened, I'll catch you up real quick, and then I'll give my 2 cents. So Big Man in the Philippines is a guy, older guy living in the Philippines. He recently gotten really sick, and he was in the hospital. You know, now I didn't know who this guy was. He was in the hospital. He was asking for help. Um, the guy that I follow and I'm supporter of is Sunshine Shoulders. He must have seen this video, or somebody reached out to him and told him that this guy needed help. So Sunshine Shoulders made a video asking his followers to go help this guy out. The Sunshine Shoulders community rallied to this guy's uh, help, and they helped him pay his bills and get out of the hospital. So it seemed like this guy was on his deathbed. He made videos asking publicly for help. He got the help he needed. He got out of the hospital with his bills paid. He seemed grateful. He made a video thanking Calvin, thanking the Sunshine Shoulders community. He called Calvin the Godfather, which I don't agree with. I think Calvin is just a regular man like the rest of us. There's no godfathers. There's nobody better than anybody. There's no kings. There's no leaders. It's just people in a community that give advice, take advice, and help people out. All right. So Calvin invited him on to do a live stream with him. You know, he said that, the Sunshine Shoulders community had some questions. They wanted to know how you're doing. Are you doing better? You know, how, how's everything going? You know, any advice to give? Right. So he went on the Sunshine Shoulders live stream. I was there in the chat. I was making comments. I was super chatting. I was there. If you watch the video, you might see my name pop up. Um, because we did have questions. Because one, we're all here in the community, in a supportive community, and we all are trying to learn. We're all trying to take advice. Especially if you make a mistake. If you make a mistake and you genuinely care about your followers and supporters and the people in your community, you will come to them and you will honestly say, "Hey guys, I made this mistake. Maybe it's best if you guys don't come behind me and make the same mistake." Right? So Kelvin had, I guess, a set of questions that he was going to ask, and like most people on live streams, when they have a guest on, they will forward you the questions. Like, "Hey, this is what we're going to talk about. These are the questions." So there's no surprise, and you're able to prepare yourself. But the one thing they cannot send you is what the live chat is going to ask you. And I think that's where the issue came from this guy, because the smoke did not come from Calvin. Smoke came from the chat, right? Because we're not stupid. One, if you didn't want to answer questions from the public, then you don't put yourself in front of the public in a question and answer situation, right? He said he was a follower of Sunshine Shoulders and that he had seen videos and live streams of Sunshine Shoulders. You know that these are a bunch of men who like to keep it real. And if you get up there and you can't answer questions and you're dancing around questions, like, we're gonna hold your feet to the fire. I'm sorry, that's what men do, right? And Calvin himself is a guy that's a straight shooter. He's gonna ask tough questions, right? You said you had a plan and that your plan was infallible or foul proof, right? And that you wouldn't do anything different. I think what the chat was trying to get this man to see is that your plan failed you. And if you don't have a different plan for the next time around, it's going to fail you again. Are there any things that you would suggest to us that we do differently than what you did. And he couldn't answer. He couldn't, or he just wouldn't answer. So it made him look like a fraud. I'm not saying that he is or not. 'Cause I don't, honestly, I think this man had a legitimate health emergency and that he legitimately needed help. I'm not calling him a scammer. What I'm saying is that, one day you're in a hospital bed looking like you're gonna die at any minute. 3, 4 days later, you're making videos attacking people because you went on a live stream and you didn't get treated the way you think you should have got treated with kitty gloves, right? So that's not even, honestly, that's not even my biggest reason for making this video or why I'm kind of upset with this guy. Don't get it wrong. I respect my elders, so I'm not going to come up here and talk crazy about this man. But the part that really rubs me the wrong way is what happened after, right? So after he went on the live stream, he didn't get the reception that he expected. He didn't get the softball questions. Like, honestly, it wasn't even Calvin. If you watch the live stream, you'll see where the smoke is coming from. Calvin is reading the chats. He is reading the questions from his viewers. And that is where the smoke came from, because this guy got offended that he was getting his feet held to the fire. Maybe he never had that done to him before. He was getting his feet held to the fire because people want to know, we helped you in your time of need. Did you really need our help? And are you going to do anything different the next time? Right? You can't rely on a plane to Guam in a medical emergency. We seen why. We remember the lady from earlier this year. She was from San Francisco, I think. She had a health emergency in the Philippines. They wouldn't allow her on the plane until she had a clean bill of health. I think even after the doctor cleared her, the airline would not allow her to fly. So how is a plane to Guam going to be your main emergency plan? Like, this guy got pissed, man, you know, because we were holding his feet to the fire. And that's the bottom line. And he took that as disrespect. And he blamed Calvin. So he goes and starts making videos about Calvin, which is fine with me too. But where I think he crossed the line, and where I think no man should go, no matter what, is he brought Calvin's family into it. The family is supposed to be off limits. It's supposed to be. Some people don't care about that stuff, right? He painted himself as a man of such high moral character, but he goes and attacks a man's family. So one thing that we're not supposed to bring up. You can attack me all you want. Leave my kids out of it. Leave my wife out of it. And he didn't do that. Then he goes on Mike's Philippine journey, right? And does two interviews, still attacking Calvin, with somebody that everyone knows has personal issues against Calvin and have for years. Any chance that guy gets to use any ammo against Calvin, that he does it, right? So I would like to say, the big man, the only reason Mike Philippine had you on was because you had issues with Calvin. If you weren't having a beef with Calvin, that guy would not care about you unless he can use you to exploit you to make a video about something, right? And like I said, man, if you watch my videos, if you have before, I really don't talk about the Philippines because I'm in America right now. When I was in the Philippines, it was all about the Philippines. Now I'm back in America. It's all about men's health issues. It's all about men getting better, men building the community. Because I'm here now. My feet are planted on this ground. This is my reality. So I try to stick to this, but I had to react to this is because, one, he attacked the man's family. Right? That's a no-no. Two, he went on a not. This is what really got me. Right? He sat there and called a black man a monkey. He called him a monkey. right? So you have one black man going on another non-black channel calling a black man a monkey. You're no better than anybody, man. You're no better than anybody, man. I don't care how old you are, how wise you think you are. I don't care what you've been through in your life. You know that's wrong. You know it's wrong, and you know better. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. One, you can't admit your faults, right? Two, your plan failed, and you needed help, and that's okay. But don't be ungrateful about it. Don't be the type of person that says, "I need help, but I'm gonna put conditions on. I'm gonna put conditions on the help you give me." Other than that, then you shouldn't have took the help anyway, because you never liked Calvin to begin with. So you never should have took the help from his community, right? If you had such high moral standards, you know, why would you take money from somebody that you're going to turn around and say is a horrible person, is a crackhead, is a monkey? When we know what that means, we know what monkey means. And this is disparaging racial slur, and you use that towards another black man. But how can you say Calvin brings black men on his channel and he attacks them, but then turn around and call another man a black man? You're a hypocrite. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're my elder, but I can still call you what you are, and that's a fact. You're a hypocrite because you're no better than anybody else. None of us are, right? You put yourself out there in the public. You went to the public. You asked for help. You went in front of the public to take questions. You got flamed on live by the chat. Got upset, and then instead of self-reflecting, instead of reassessing, you went on the attack. That's the end of it. But attacking another man's family, um, using racial slurs, if you call them that, you might as well call them, the N word with the hard R at the end. It's the same thing, and it's wrong, right? You don't get a pass for that. So if you want to be a man about it, you would call that man and you would apologize, at least for that part. Anything else you could say about him, anything else I like. I'm not the judge, but I would say anything else is fair game. But we as men know that you don't bring the family into it, right? And you don't attack with racial slurs like that, you know, because it would be on site. But we're all grown. We're supposed to be past that, you know? If this is really the manosphere, I don't know if you're a part of the manosphere or not, because a lot of guys aren't. A lot of guys don't give a damn about other men. They don't give a damn about building a community. They don't give a damn about men's issues. They're in it for clicks and views. And some guys just throw a name you know, into their titles, and they make a video about certain people, and that's when their views go up. And that's the bottom line. It's all a game. So let me know what you guys think. I don't know. I don't like making this kind of content, but I feel the need to defend men who are actually doing something, who are actually trying to help, because it's other guys, that are always attacking, that are always negative, that stop good men from telling their stories. Who wants to come up here to try to help people only to be attacked constantly, only to be disparaged constantly? Only to have their family drug into it, and to be called names like that. You want to call me a coward, an idiot. You want to call me stupid. You want to call me But to call somebody a monkey coming from another black man, that's where the line needs to be drawn at. We know we shouldn't be going there. But people get behind these screens and they say anything, like they act like they can say anything they want. Like there wouldn't be repercussions in the real world. So you guys let me know, man. Did this guy cross the line calling another black man monkey? And is it okay just because he's black? Because anybody else, we be up in arms. If those words came out of anybody else's mouth, we'll be up in arms. So why does he get a pass? You don't. You don't get a pass. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Um, I don't make videos like this. It's not something that I'm going to keep doing. But I think, people that are actually doing the work, people that actually have knowledge to share, who we actually see helping other people, I think they should be defended. All right. Please like the video, subscribe, and share. And until next time, this is Blizzard Abroad.